The rumors of my channel's death have been greatly exaggerated. So hello everybody, I know it's been quite a while since I've done a video. It's been a month actually. So ever since I caught the flu last month, and with 2 roommates not being fiscally responsible right now, I need to spend significantly more time trying to find another job. So yeah, things like this keep me away from doing things that I enjoy, as well as keeping me from focusing on them. But tonight, I want to give you guys something, simply because it's been way too long. Now, first off, I want to give a shout out to RPW, because if it were not for him finding this video here, then this wouldn't have been possible on my end. So, if you don't know who RPW is, he is yet another MGTOW content creator, and if you would like to see his channel and view his content, I will link it in the description, out of respect. So, as you can see, this black woman here just became a grandmother of 2 adorable baby children. Now, you'd probably be expecting grandma to be leaping for joy, assuming she's not in a wheelchair, but this grandma is pissed, and rightfully so. And she is about to tell her daughters the truth. The straight up truth that they should have been told before those children were even born, I might add. Now, I'm gonna give it to her. Grandma was on point this time. But as usual, there is an even bigger elephant in the room. And with every previous generation, the majority of them refuse to believe or even admit that they let it in the first place. Let's get started.
Thoughts like that because y'all so.
What grandparents supposed to do?
Let me tell you, the new generation, y'all millennials, y'all got it all fucked up.
Yeah, millennials are pretty bad. Yes, I get it. I hear it all the time, I see it, and I cannot argue that. But, do you believe they just magically became that way? Now, let's be real. Black women have been having babies out of wedlock since the late 60s and early 70s. What happened then? That was the beginning of the welfare state, the beginning of women's liberation, as well as the beginning of Planned Parenthood. So, given these facts that Milton Friedman has been speaking out about since the late 70s, is this really all that big of a surprise?
The reason why is because because I became a grandparent does not automatically make me the babysitter or a daycare. Grandparents, true grandparents, they're supposed to raise their children right to where when y'all start having kids, y'all can financially provide for your own children and secure their daycare so you can go to work, so you can go out, so you can do anything else.
Now, not only is she correct about this 100%, I'm also willing to bet that they were not raised adequately to become self-sufficient. Now, I can't speak for everybody else, but my parents refused to raise good-for-nothing, self-entitled leeches, which is unfortunately what these single mothers are, trying to drop their kids off at grandma's house just so they can go party, get knocked up, go to work, and doing whatever when they should be at home taking care of their kids. But my baby daddy Tyrone is a deadbeat. He don't pay his child support. He ain't got no job. He be selling socks and albums on the corner though. I mean, he was fine though, but yeah, he need to step up and be a man. I'm gonna bring him on Maury or something right after I call this nigga out on Facebook. Which brings me to the solution to the deadbeat dad problem. You know what that is? It's don't sleep with deadbeats. In fact, how about this? How about you stop sleeping around? You know, stop fornicating, stop spreading your legs for every other guy. Ooh, yeah, baby. Stick your penis right inside of my vagina without a condom on. Then ejaculate inside of me, and I will have a baby 9 years later so I can put you on child support. Now, don't get me wrong. Tyrone should have kept his pants pulled up, all right? But Shaniqua should have kept her panties on. But hey, they don't care about consequences. It's not like they actually have a man within a proper relationship known as a marriage that has complete authority over her and those children so that everything falls into place like we are naturally supposed to do. No. Oh, and how much are you willing to bet that those 2 new single mothers didn't grow up with their father in the house or don't even know who their fathers are? Look at grandma's hand. Notice how there's no wedding ring there either. Kind of makes me wonder. So I'll come back to the discipline thing a little bit later. Let's move on.
Grandparents.
See, let me tell you where you got it wrong.
No. True grandparents are supposed to be able to call for their grandkids. Y'all supposed to come over here. No, that's for the daddies. That's for the daddies. When the daddies ain't in the home, that's where they go for the daddies.
Oh, bummer.
They go to their daddies for the summer because y'all got to split custody.
Well, to them, daddy is the government. You see, Tyrone is not daddy to them. Tyrone is a sperm donor and a walking wallet. Sorry, Grandma, but you raised some overgrown children, and they only care about their immediate self-interests.
That's how y'all got it fucked up. Grandparents are supposed to be able to come to your house and stay with you and visit with their grandkids. You're supposed to be able to drop your kids off when your grandparents call for them and in their leisure time. Grandparents are not supposed to be daycares. Everybody's time is valuable. We have our own life. We work very hard to get everybody out of the house. Why would we want to raise your kids and keep your kids? That's out of order. But black people, the black culture is so dysfunctional. That's why y'all think that grandparents is supposed to be keeping kids and raising kids. It don't go that way. Y'all got it messed up.
So they're not going to stop hydrating?
And guess what? Yes, stuff like that's a portion. I'm supposed to be able to say, yo, on the 27th, I booked for me and my grandkids. Everybody going. Whoever ain't going, I don't need y'all money. I don't need y'all nothing. I don't need nothing. I just need my grandkids.
Right.
That's what we're supposed to do.
So we can't just drop them off when we want to.
No, it don't supposed to be dropping them off when you want to.
Like, here go your grandkids.
No, it don't. No.
See.
No. It don't go like that. You know why? Because we already had our lives with raising kids. We don't supposed to be tied down raising fucking kids. We supposed to be gardening, going to the senior citizens place, bingo, and all that other fucking shit. That's what we raised y'all for, to be able to take care of y'all kids. We didn't send y'all out when y'all did go. Where y'all go? The summers. And where did y'all go? To y'all other people. Your daddy people. If the daddy is not in the home, he's supposed to do the summers. Y'all supposed to rotate holidays. What the fuck? Y'all, but see what it is? Y'all think that we supposed to do that because y'all got a sense of entitlement. Y'all think just because I'm the mom, I'm the grandma, that you're supposed to push your kids off on me. That's not how it goes. But it takes strong mothers like me to let you know the shit don't go like that. To get it right.
All right, now everything you just heard her say was true and on point. I cannot argue with her. I believe she said it pretty well. Frankly, it needs to be said more often. Now, one slight problem. The thing she said at the end was just only half of it. It's not just the mother. It's the father. Or should I say, the patriarch. Why is the black community so messed up? Because it's a matriarchy. Black women are raised to be welfare queens, Papa Neck Row, and black men are raised to be simps. These black boys basically worship their mama. Daddy was a deadbeat. She spread her legs for him, but nobody dare criticize my mama. Praise this black biatch. Yeah, that was a Tommy Sotomayor reference. I couldn't help it. But that's my point. You see, young black men, they often don't know how to be men because they're not raised to be men. They're raised to be mama's ideal good boy. Now, whether the feminists want you to believe this or not, it takes a man to raise a man. Because after a certain amount of time, you see, little Tyrone, CJ, and Jamal, they're going to actually stop fearing mama because they become bigger and stronger and tougher than mom. Because they can throw mom around like a rag doll if she really wanted to. And instinctively, the young black men know that something is wrong because their father is not around. So what do? Try to form the family that they never had through gangs. That's why they start idolizing gangsters and rappers and the pimps. They see them with the power, the money, the women, and the territory. And because of the dominance instinct, which all men have, that becomes their father figure. Oftentimes, those gangsters and pimps were raised by single mothers too. But enough about the boys for just 1 minute. Let's get back to the girls. Listen to this.
Other than that, I'll be sitting here rocking all y'all goddamn kids and y'all doing this, doing that. No. No. Trust and believe. They will be in the system. They will be at the shelter. They will be wherever they need to be because you didn't do what the fuck you were supposed to do as a parent. It had nothing to do with me.
You wouldn't.
I most definitely fucking would.
Oh, Quacky Petty.
I told you that off the rip. I'm not fucking doing it. I know what kind of life I want to fucking live after raising all my 5 kids. I'm not raising nobody else's kids. I'm here to support. Call me, she's sneezing. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what grandparents are supposed to do.
That's me. I call every little thing. Oh, man.
But all this, they living with their grandmama. They ain't seen their mama. They all this stuff. No. That's for the ratchets. And I don't play that because you know why? I'm Bucci. I'm Bucci.
Wait, she Bucci.
Bucci.
She Bucci. Y'all granny Bucci. I've never heard of it. I better put that in the Gmail.
Now, notice how these dumb, cackling thoughts, what do? They just laugh. They laugh at their mother's advice. They're rude, they're disrespectful, and they do not care about anything but themselves and their own self-interests. Now, let's say I pissed off my parents in that exact same scenario, and I were to laugh in their face when they were giving me such advice on how to be an adult. What would they do? They would slap me. Yes, in front of the kids, in front of everybody, because that is how my parents were. You did not dare disrespect them, especially after all they've done for you. Yeah, in my day, that wouldn't fly, and you were never too old to get slapped. Now, notice how when those girls became of childbearing age and they finally had their bastard children, they no longer feared mom, they no longer respected her, and they no longer took her seriously. Now, if daddy was there, and he had his pin pants strong, none of this would have happened most likely. Kept my sister in check, tell you that much. Now, I have an uncle who is roughly 6'4", about 250 pounds, has a black belt in the martial arts, and carries a gun wherever he goes. When guys try to date her daughter, and she tells them about her dad, what happens? A lot of times they get scared and they run off. Sometimes he has to do the vetting process himself. Now, a good father's going to teach his daughter how to select a good man, and also how to select a man that's not going to take advantage of her. Because left to their own devices, they're going to fall flat on their face most of the time. In fact, there was a time where she didn't have a freedom of choice. The father picked the ideal husband for her. Because let's face it, when you give women the freedom to choose, uninhibited, yeah, that leads to the death of your society. It led to the death of the black community, and it's going to lead to the death of the West. And this is evident with all the bastard children coming into the world as you have just witnessed. Now, need I remind you, look at the statistics on children raised by single mothers. Look at, take a good look, I'm serious. Take a good look. This explains the black community to a T. But of course, the Democrats, the left, and the SJWs will silence you for telling the truth. They talk about how much they want to help black people, they want to give them reparations, give them more welfare, and fight racism, blah, blah, blah. But no, you can't dare tell them the truth, that it's actually welfare and such that's actually killing them. Oh no. We must keep them enslaved for their votes. But I am going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not, want it or not, believe it or not. So, once again, overall, Grandma is right. The black community is toe up from the flow up. Ugh, goodness. But if you want to fix it, this is why you absolutely must repeal the 19th. That's step 0 before you can even fix any of this. Because women voted for it. And black women will fight tooth and nail to keep it, unless you take it from them by force. That is how you save the black community, and that is how you save Western civilization altogether. So I hope you like this rant. Now, I didn't feel like doing this in Uncle Ruckus voice because, for one, it's 2:41 in the morning here. Second, I felt this was a bit too serious to just make comedy out of this. It also pisses me off because I get lumped into this category all the time. I'm also sick and tired of having to prove that I am above the stereotype. For whatever reason. Now, I am tired, so I am going to go to bed. Good night, guys.